Well, hello, boys and girls, friends, family, and followers, and the subscribers all over this planet. Just did a check this morning on the subscribers, and I'm up to 45. Thank you very much, you guys. It's so nice that you guys came to my channel and subscribed. It means the world to me. I also was informed by YouTube that I have over 300 views now, so never thought I'd be able to get that many and do this. So I appreciate you all coming to my channel and being interested in my instrumental art that I've been doing for 15, 18 years now. So thank you. It means the world to me. Before I get into the next piece that I created, I want to do a shout out to Taylor Hawkins and his family and friends, sending out some prayers and good thoughts to you. It's a shame. He was such an amazing person and was a great drummer and did so much for the Foo Fighters and, you know, Alanis Morissette and everybody. So very tragic, and especially with all that's happening with the talk screen and autopsy and stuff, it doesn't seem that it's going to be a very good outcome, but it's still, he will be missed, and I will miss him. So rest in peace, Taylor. So with that being said, we're moving on. This piece is number 23. It was made in March of 06, and it's the Springfield Cardinals piece I did for the ball club. As you can see, I'm wearing my official Springfield Cardinals hat. So let's get into this. I don't have, when I first started, I really didn't think I needed photos and stuff. I did some after photos, but I never was able to really think about and concentrate on the before shots like I did later on as I got into these builds. As I told you before, every one of these pieces has a story before I get it and after I'm done with it. So hopefully this will be a great one for you guys to check out. The after story is pretty amazing. So in the beginning, this was a piece I got from my keyboard player, a very good friend back then, Martin. He worked at a music store, local music store in Springfield, Missouri, and I believe I got this piece. It was a pretty low budget bass drum that was probably a loaner, like a loan. Didn't really have a whole set with it, and I kind of gravitated to those kinds of instruments just because, you know, when it's not a set, it just sits there, you know. So I do believe it was, I got it from him, and I wish I had some photos before, but I wasn't thinking back then. I didn't think I'd do as many pieces as I did. So it was basically a hobby back then. So let's get into it. I was working for an advertising company in Springfield, and the owner, Michelle Kaiser, like I said last time, who passed away. But when the ball club first started in 2005, we had started doing things for, you know, their giveaways and cups and mugs and stuff like that for the ball club. In fact, we were doing that with the Ozark Mountain Ducks, who was the kind of the team before the Springfield got here. So I was interested in their team and went to many of their games. So once we started doing it for the Springfield Cardinals, I was I'm a huge baseball fan. I just want to support the local team. So we got season tickets because of all the work we did with them, and started going to the games a lot. I probably went to at least 15, 20 games that opening season, and I was so excited about the Cardinals being here in town. So by the time that season ended and we were going into the next season, I had a really good idea of making a piece for them. Maybe they could put it in their clubhouse, or maybe they could put it in their suites or special events or something like that. But I knew I wanted to memorialize that first opening season, and so that's what I did. I started basically getting all kinds of photos of that opening day. I think I put a few of my ticket stubs in there, Anyway, collected all these great photos and put them all on the inside. Lighting back then wasn't in LED yet. It was the rope lights. So I did a red rope light on the bottom of it, put some really amazing graphics on the outside, and put a piece of glass on it, and proceeded to talk to the folks that were running the club there, the general manager and a lot of the other people that were involved in running that club, and told them about what was going on and how I felt very excited for the club and wanted to do my part. And so I started creating this piece. Back then I didn't have a large format printer. It was a vinyl cutter, and I cut out each color on the vinyl cutter and laid it layer after layer on top of each other. And as you can see from the outside, it really stands out. The colors and the artwork were amazing. I always have taken pride in the artwork. I've been doing artwork for over 45 years now, about 45 years, since I was 15. And so artwork was very important to me. Back then, I really didn't master the insides yet. I basically just took all the hardware off and hodgepodged all these photos and put a nice coating of podge on it, and it protected it. And then I would put the hardware back on. Well, the problem with that is that, I had to really figure out where the holes were going to be in the nuts and bolts and stuff that held the hardware on. So it got to the point where, you get this great inside photos and stuff, and then boom, you put the hardware on, and the bolt would land on somebody's face or in an inappropriate place, not really how I planned it. So I eventually evolved into putting a sleeve on the inside on top of all the hardware, and that way it would just give it a clean, smooth surface to apply this artwork and photos. And with me purchasing a large format printer, I was able to stop putting piece by piece photos in there and just make one big collage on a piece of photo paper, and would lay the photo paper in there with a nice clear plastic on top of it, and it looks really professional. And back then I didn't have that ability yet, so it was, like I said, 2006. So the outcome of this piece didn't turn out as good as the new ones have, but it was a pretty nice, decent looking piece. I think it could have been a lot better, but I was so in my infancy of creating these pieces. Like I said, this is number 23. So this year I was contacted by Caleb, cool guy who does ticket sales. He informed me that they were having a get-together last week on the season tickets, and how you could come and get to know more about the season ticket packages and stuff like that. And so I got to get to know the new general manager. So it was a really good time for me to go and see this, if they still had my piece there. I was able to get a few photos and some footage of the piece, so I think I might just pop that in there right now. Here we go, guys. 16 years later. It's the piece.
How's it going? Good, welcome.
Sorry for the noise, but a lot of people here. Out here in the front to see the table again. Come out here, check out the clubhouse area, and my drone sitting right there. Pretty cool. 16 years later, in the clubhouse. Some Bears guys down there. This is inside the clubhouse at the kind of ticket season holders games. Caleb, the guy who was telling us about, great people, great folks here at Springfield.
So what happens if people are starting?
Okay, boys and girls, here we are. It's field. wind. But yeah, Southwest Missouri. Actually, it's Missouri State. The Bears are playing their game here now, but this is Hammondsfield. Sorry about the fence. Looks pretty cool here. Sun came out. Everything looks really, really cool. Excited to see. He is the new GM.
He's our GM, so he's actually going to talk here in just a few minutes.
But he has been with the club for
since they started
since day one.
So he knew Matt. So after I was entering this back area of the ball club's office area, took me down the hallway, as you can see, and I was amazed to see that my piece is still there, and they are using it. You can also see, it's kind of a little dusty and dirty. It could use a very good cleaning, but it didn't matter to me. I was just excited to see it. Being able to be in the ball club's clubhouse there and walk outside and see the stadium again. It had been so long since I'd been there. It was really a great way to bring back all these great days and going to the games and taking my son who was I think he was probably 12, 13, maybe 14, and it took me back like I had never left. So I think it was really a cool place to put one of my pieces, and to have them still have it there just blew my mind away, especially after 16 years. And 3 championships later, and all the players that have gone through Springfield, all the Wainwrights and the Ankiels and the Yadier Molinas, all these Carpenter, everybody who started their career out in Springfield. It was great to be back. So I hope that explains it. The after of my piece for the Cardinals is so great that I'm able to go back and visit it. So I'm in the process of checking out the budget and see what I can do about maybe getting some of those season tickets and attending a lot of these games this year. So with COVID and the restriction in the last few years, they've had to curtail their schedules and events. So it's good that it's starting in a week. Friday the 8th is opening day, and I'm hoping to be there with great anticipation of a good season. So I want to especially thank all the people that were at the stadium when I went there and was able to see my piece and meet Caleb, and some of the other members of the club were very, very cordial and just loved meeting them. So thank you, all the Springfield Cardinals people, and I appreciate you still having my piece. So thank you. And I guess that's it. With that, let's check out Jar Time. I want to thank everybody who's been a subscriber and has liked and followed me, and it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. It's heartwarming to know that people supporting me and stuff. So thank you. And I'm getting a Patreon page, so maybe if I get more followers and subscribers, people might want to donate and stuff. That's not an obligation whatsoever. Just anything that you could do would help me carry on here. I'm filming all this on my iPhone like a lot of starters do, and it's working out okay. I'm learning how to edit better, and throwing the music in has been a good creative process for me, and it's helping me learn a lot more about other forms of editing and photography and stuff. So anyway, this is number 36. Number 36. Let's get the logbook out, see what this is. 36. Okay, 36 was made in 3/11, March of 2011. This is called the Randy Kirk drum. This was a great piece. This is one of the most unique ones I've done. Created for a good friend of mine, Randy Kirk, who is a former NFL player for the San Francisco 49ers, and he started an amazing construction company after he retired, and I was able to get to know him through this advertising specialties place that I was doing the artwork for. And he came in and he did a charity event every year, and really got to know him, did his shirts and helped with his logo, and an amazing, generous man. And the community loved the man, so he was easy to get to know and become good friends with. So he asked me to do a piece for his parents' wedding anniversary. I do believe it was the 50th wedding, if I'm not sure, but I'll pull out some photos. This drum I created with something else in mind before I did the Kirk drum. I had created it and didn't know what to do with it, used it as my coffee table for quite a while, and then when he asked me, and we went to his parents' house when they weren't there, and was able to get a feel of his parents and what their tastes were. And I revamped the insides to really be able to, log and show this beautiful marriage for all these years, 50 years, I think it was. Great people. I presented it to them. I don't want to tell you too much about it, but that'll be next time, the Kirk drum. And I think that'll do it for this week. I try to keep it under 15 minutes, and I know people don't like watching these things for very, very long videos, so I'm trying to keep it to the 15-minute limit. So I appreciate everybody coming back, checking out my art. Please hit that notification button so you'll be notified when I do my next video. And, share it with somebody if you guys are interested in a person who, plays music, musician friends, or someone who just is very creative and might like my videos. Please share them, like, and subscribe, and I'll appreciate that big time. Again, Terry, coming from the shop here in Southwest Missouri. I appreciate everybody showing up, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay. Talk to you soon, and have a great day. I'm out.